Hey, it's Tony Massarotti. Red Sox now less than a month away from opening day of the 2025 season. Expectations are high. Everybody eager to see the real thing. It's been a while since we've had a team with this kind of optimism in Boston. So as we all know, front end of the rotation is really the key to this team this year and the biggest change on the Boston roster. So to me personally, Walker Buehler is probably the biggest X factor on the team, given how he looked last year, given what the ceiling is in terms of his productivity. He made his spring debut Sunday, March 2nd, against the New York Mets, whom he also faced in the playoffs last year, looked very good against them. But when you look at Buehler's 2024 season, during the regular season, he really was not very good at all. By the time the playoffs came around, he was a different pitcher. So the question then becomes, which guy are the Red Sox getting when they take the field for 2025? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the beginning of the year when Buehler pitched, or to the regular season, and get an idea of what he looked like then, what he looked like in the playoffs, and then what he looked like on Sunday in his spring debut for the Red Sox. So this particular outing that we're going to show you first is from September 9th against the Chicago Cubs during the regular season. Remember, Buehler missed 2023 to injury. He came back in May, pitched for a couple of months, did not look very good, then missed a couple of months, came back again in September, did not look great, and then excelled in October. So this game is from September 9th against the Chicago Cubs. The green dot is where the location of the pitch is supposed to be. See, this is a hanging breaking ball, obviously gets punched into left center field for a single. Not huge damage there, but the pitch wasn't very good, and the location was terrible. Now, Cody Bellinger, fastball down and away, or so it should be. Instead, up in the strike zone, former teammate of Buehler's, he hits this ball into the right field seats for a home run. Now, again, looking down and away from a right-handed batter, ball's up at the top of the strike zone, gets pulled into the left field corner. This particular pitch turns into a double. All this damage came in the first inning, and you can see Buehler was not sharp from the outset. Now, this pitch, fastball, not that bad, just a little elevated, but catches enough of the plate where a big league hitter is going to hit it into center field for a base hit. Now, again, down and away to a lefty. Pitch is up. It's hittable. What happens here? Into the left field seats. Home run. Buehler in this game got knocked around pretty hard. It was a poor outing. You get a better look at it here, just how badly he misses location. You can see some action and movement on the ball. The stuff is decent. The curveball was bad earlier in the inning. And the overall point is that it was a combination of both stuff and execution. Pretty much everything went wrong for Buehler in that game. And I would say much of the year was like that. The stuff was not great. The curveball, you can see there, did not have much bite on it. And then beyond that, the execution was poor. He missed location by a lot on many of those pitches. So now we're going to jump ahead to the World Series where he faces the Mets. And again, this is the same team he saw for his spring training debut with the Red Sox. And by the time October rolled around, Buehler was a completely different guy, looked much, much sharper. This is game 3 of the World Series. He then closed out the World Series in game 5. But we'll punch this one up here. And again, you can see for yourself. Location, down. Here's the breaking ball. Much better bite this time. Francisco Lindor swings over the top of it. Buehler gets himself a strikeout. Good breaking ball. And again, the quality of the misses is important. He's feeling it here. He's pretty pumped up. Again, another look how much this breaking ball drops. All the way to the bottom of the strike zone. It's a good thing to see. Right-handed batter. Catcher wants a cutter or slider away. Actually, fastball, my mistake. Hits bullseye right on the outside corner, 93 miles an hour. Again, the confidence is apparent in Buehler in this game. Now, one more time. Catcher, down and away. This is JD Martinez. Off the plate is where the miss. Bingo. 91 miles an hour. Good miss. Has Martinez 2-2, gets him to chase, gets a strikeout. So again, execution and stuff much better in this game. Alvarez now at the plate. One more time. Break it off the plate if you have to, or fastball just off, 94. Catches him looking. At this point now, Buehler has shown that he can work both sides of the plate. Here's Pete Alonso. Pitch is expected to be down and away. Excellent movement at the end. Alonso misses badly. And so there you go. That is classic Walker Buehler. he was outstanding in the playoffs. Now, it was just 5 innings, but overall, you can see big difference. The stuff much crisper. You could see much better location and execution on those pitches. When you miss, you don't miss over the middle of the plate. You miss off the plate. So to me, all the way around, Buehler looked much better there. The question is, what was October all about? Was it just a question of focus, coming off of a missed season and more surgery? Was it an issue of he had to fully regain confidence and finish his pitches, and that he wasn't quite letting the ball go? Because the ball looked much more lively or much more alive in October than it did in September. So Buehler on Sunday again made his spring debut, struck out 4 in 2 innings, but spring training results can be deceiving. It's really a question of the stuff and the execution that we're really looking for. The good news for the Red Sox, right out of the gate, he looks more like the October pitcher than he did the September pitcher. So we're going to take a look now at the spring outing. I'm going to back this up just for a second so we can get a better look. This is slowed down to about 2/3 speed. Now, again, watch the position of the catcher's glove. This is Narvaez behind the plate, who's a good receiver. And you can tell by the reaction of the hitters, too, the kind of movement that Buehler's getting on these pitches. And the only other thing I'll add is that the camera angle here is a little off. You can see it's not directly from center field. So getting a true read on where this is in the strike zone can be a little tricky. But nonetheless, Narvaez wants this ball inside. And that's where Buehler aims it. And the ball cuts back over the middle of the plate. A couple things about this pitch. First of all, the movement is excellent. If he can run this ball from the hitter's right hip, or call it quad or knee, into the strike zone, it's a really tough ball for left-handed batters to read. We've seen right-handers in Boston do this in the past. Secondly, remember that when he faced lefties in some of the other videos we showed you, particularly against the Cubs, he was missing up and away to lefties. So just watch what happens here. This ball comes back into the middle of the plate, but the movement is so good that he catches the hitter and surprises him. Now, breaking ball down and away to the righty, very much like it looked in October against the Mets. Another lefty, another 2-seamer, ball cuts back, gets him looking, can't even offer at the pitch because he doesn't think it's going to be a strike. Back to the righty, off the plate is the miss. And so you can see that he's pretty much exactly where he was in October. And when I say exactly, it's the start of a new season. His arm strength isn't probably where it needs to be yet. In fact, I'm sure it's not. But in terms of the liveliness of his stuff, it was there in that game yesterday, according to Lou Merloni on the broadcast, whom I trust implicitly. The velocity was in the 93, 94 range. With Buehler, it can get even higher. But I'll tell you what, if the command is that good and the control is that good, and the jump on the ball, the life on the ball is as good as it looked yesterday, with his ability to command off speed and control both sides of the plate, he's got enough to be very successful. So again, that's just a quick look at Walker Buehler. I have concerns about Buehler's durability over the course of an entire season. He hasn't pitched a full year in a while. He's only done it once in his career. He went over 200 innings once. Not that that is necessarily the goal anymore, but these are all things to watch. And I would say all in all, encouraging signs from Walker Buehler in his spring opener. So anyway, just wanted to spit that out there. And we like to do things like this from time to time. Hopefully we'll do more of them at 98.5 The Sports Hub and on the Baseball Hour in particular. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.